What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Valerie here. If you are new, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. So today I'm going to react to a video on Impressive, and it's about Skai Jackson being arrested and also pregnant at the same time. And guess whose parents just came out? Simone Biles' mother came out to defend why she left her. Okay, so let's go straight into the video on Impressive to react, right?
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. The Disney star Skai Jackson was arrested for putting her hands on her boyfriend. According to TMZ, this incident happened last week. She was at Universal City Walk with her boyfriend, and apparently they had an altercation and she pushed him a few times, and one of the security guards noticed it, and they basically detained Skai and her boyfriend. Now, when I heard this story, I was pretty shocked, but this wasn't the most shocking part. The most shocking part is Skai is actually pregnant and engaged. When Skai and her boyfriend were detained, they denied getting physical with each other, and they explained that they're happily engaged and expecting a baby. Okay? Now, even though they tried to convince the officer that things were all good, Skai is still not out of trouble just yet, because currently the LA District Attorney's Office is reviewing this case because she was caught on camera pushing her boyfriend. So she could possibly face a misdemeanor.
What if she was defending herself?
So we'll see what happens. But this whole story is a mess, isn't it? I mean, what? Look, Skai is out here rushing up her man. For some reason, I can't picture this happening. I guess it's because she's so little compared to him. Like, he's like,
this is my first time hearing that.
If she did,
I'm shocked because it's my first time hearing that a girl has been like this is my first time hearing like one of the weird things that I hear mostly is the guys doing it. So I'm shocked that Skai, the little Skai, just look at their height, guys, like was able to beat the guy, push the guy. Maybe it was just a mere
push him. She couldn't really do much damage to him, but to be fair, she still has to be held accountable. It doesn't matter if she's a woman. She shouldn't be putting her hands on anybody, and vice versa. A man should not be putting his hands on a woman. But still, it is really pretty messed up. I mean, this is the first time we've heard Skai getting caught up in a DV incident. And the fact that she's engaged to this man and expecting a child, I mean, this is just a lot to bring a child into this
when the
mess,
child is not even out and the parents are already.
And we don't know much about this guy either. I just hope it's not one of those situations where he's using Skai for a come up or using her for her money. But I would be foolish to think that that couldn't possibly be the case, because I don't know what this guy does for real. Like, is he a rapper or what?
Maybe
like,
he's just
off the street? Like, where did he come
random
from?
person.
But seriously, when I look at this situation, I get a little sad because Skai had so much promise. I mean, she was a Disney Channel star. She could have moved on. And
guys, just look at Skai. Like, I find it so weird that, like, I mean, her pushing a guy
did more. She could have been like Marsai Martin, you know, but unfortunately she hasn't been able to keep her brand super polished because she has been caught up in some drama here and there. And this recent drama is going to be very difficult to cover up because, I mean, she got arrested. But I do hope moving forward that we won't hear any more about any altercations, because Skai doesn't need that. She's pregnant, so that's not good for the baby, and it's not good for her relationship or her brand. I mean, this is a horrible look for her brand. Now, I want to move on and talk about this story. Now, Simone Biles' biological mother, Shannon Biles,
looks like Simone's big sister.
And she is now asking and pleading for Simone to reach out to her so she could explain to her why she wasn't in her life. Now, just to give a backstory, Simone's mother lost all 4 of her children to the foster care system because
Wow.
of her battle with addiction. Simone was taken away from
Oh,
her at the
really?
age of 3 years old, and thankfully, when she turned 6 years old, she and one of her sisters named Adria were adopted by their grandfather,
Yeah,
Ronald,
the
and
mother looks
his
like
wife,
Adriel.
Nellie.
Yeah.
So Ronald and Nellie were the ones who raised Simone to be
But
the
aren't
Olympic
those
champion that we
her
see today.
grandparents?
And Simone talked about this during her interview on the Call Me Daddy podcast.
When you were 3, you went into foster care.
Yes.
Can you just share just a little bit, like, what was going on at home that led to that?
I was only 3 years old, so I learned that a little bit whenever I was older, but drug and alcohol abuse. And so I just don't think that she was around too much, and people, would call CPS or see us out and about. So that's kind of what happened. That's when foster care came and got us and placed us into a foster home. And so the only thing that I remember
The abuse are just becoming
was just
so
being
much,
anxious when we would go to
guys.
sleep because my brother was in the room next door, and I think we were just always used to sleeping together or close or whatever because he's not that much older, and mind you, we were 3, and so I just had anxiety problems. So we were in a girls' room. They had girls' rooms and boys' rooms, and from my knowledge, that sometimes during the night or during the day they would take kids out and replace them into a different home, and that's usually how siblings were separated. So I was just so terrified that if I woke up, my brother wouldn't be there. Even though I was with my sister, I was like, oh, we all have to stay together, kind of that thing, even from a young age. So I'd always sneak in and go sleep with him because I'm like, oh, this is my brother, because I didn't understand the separation whenever at nighttime.
Did your parents ever talk to you about your biological parents?
Funny because I'm not sure the relationship, maybe because we didn't ask either, but we knew who it was as we got older, Shannon, and that's kind of what we just addressed her as. But I knew once I got older that that's my dad's
Please,
daughter,
like,
and then that's also crazy explaining to people because I'm like, my biological mom is also my dad's daughter, and I call him dad. So it's just like everybody's hella confused.
So your grandparents adopted you at 6.
Yes.
Now they're your parents.
Yes.
Boom. How do you think that did change the
That makes
trajectory of your
sense.
life?
Everything. I have no idea where I would be without being adopted. Unfortunately, I
Guys,
end up
this
the
just
same
giving me
statistic that other
flashbacks.
foster kids unfortunately end up. And at 18 years old, you get kicked out of a foster home. So then you're homeless.
Right.
If you don't get into college and stuff, which most people don't graduate high school, you're on the streets. So I fear for what my life would have looked like.
So that was Simone talking about her adoption. Now, her biological mother,
That's
Shannon,
traumatic.
continued to struggle even after her children were taken away from her.
trauma.
She racked up a string of debt. She had to file for bankruptcy, and she currently is living in a crime-ridden neighborhood. In fact, this is her home. So she hasn't really been living the best, and she still is struggling with her addiction. But recently she did an interview with the Daily Mail, and she actually wants
Should we
Simone
give
to
him help?
reach out to her.
Whenever she's ready, and I'm here. And I want her to be able to come to me and say, okay, let's have a sit down, because there's some things I want to know.
Wow.
I just have to have patience. I want to let her know that I love her. I'm very proud of her, but I'm just still waiting, I would like to sit down and talk to you and answer any questions you may have.
Just wish they can help her with her addiction.
But, I want you to hear the real deal. I was an addict.
Wow.
I will always be an addict. But there's just a way that you have to learn how to stay away from people, places, and things, and change your routine.
Guys, this is this is so painful. Yeah.
Your life. Live your best life. If I need to know anything, I call my dad. Hey, Dad, what's going on with Simone? How's everybody doing?
I think her grandparents did very well. That they didn't allow anyone else to adopt them
To her.
other than
I do, but I won't.
because
Why not?
I'm asking myself that, okay, so what if the grandparent did not adopt them in the first place? Would Simone had come this far, being the Simone that we know, gotten all the supports?
I want her to reach out to me. You know, she's 27 now. She's married. I would like to have been a part of that, but I just have to wait for her.
Now, this interview kind of confused me a bit, and I do wonder if the Daily Mail was the one who sought her out for an exclusive interview, because it seems like the mother was kind of doing this interview for a check. I mean, it's pretty obvious that she doesn't care to really connect with Simone like that, because if she did, she would reach out to her. I mean, she actually has access to her. She has her phone number, so she could definitely call her up. And even if she didn't have the nerve to call her, she could still at least send a text message or something, just to kind of let her know that she actually cares a little bit. But I don't think Simone gets the feeling that her mother cares at all, and that's probably why she's distant. But see, Shannon can close this distance if she wants to, but she's too prideful, and she almost comes off a bit entitled by expecting the daughter that she abandoned to reach out to
why
her
are parents like that? They always want the children to like reach out to them.
Like the mother truly cares about connecting with Simone like that.
I mean, you give them
she got paid for this interview, and she's just saying whatever she needs to say to make the story interesting enough. But I do hope that Simone's biological mother at least gets help for her addiction, because it's a crippling illness, and clearly it has affected her life in so many different ways, to the point that she can't even show up for her own biological children. And that's just really sad.
I feel
that's really sad. But who knows what the future may hold for her and Simone. Maybe somewhere down the line they will connect with each other. We'll see what happens with that. But anyway, tell what you all think about the video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching.
Okay, so for me, I feel like it's not like she is too prideful to reach out to Simone. Probably she feels she has that low self-esteem, and she feels like, oh, she's not at the level of Simone, and she doesn't have any good thing to just appear in Simone's life. Like, she has not achieved a lot, because let's take it back to, like, this is just like a flashback. It's like kind of late. I can relate to it. So it's running through my head that sometimes a parent may not get close to their child because they feel like they have not achieved a lot, and their child is okay, comfortable, and they just want them to have their own life rather than like adding their own problems to their child's own. Probably it could be that. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Please leave a comment. I really appreciate that. Anyway, bye for now.